Hi, my name is Jenny Stafford. I am going to be showing you today my 7th grade curriculum material. This material includes my interactive notebook. It includes activities, exit slips, assessments such as pre-test, post-test, quizzes, and foldables. So I'm going to be showing you that. Once you purchase the curriculum, you are going to go under my TPT and you're going to look up my purchases. You're going to find that in there and you're going to click on it to download. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to click download now right here, but again you're going to do it under your purchases. I'm going to open it. I'm going to hit OK. You'll see it's loading. I have 4 seconds. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer determining your internet activity. Just hit close. So here you're going to see a folder. This says 7th grade curriculum. You're going to double click that and then you're going to see all of these folders for activities, assessments, exit slips, foldables, and my interactive notebook. And then my terms of use. So I'm going to start with, let's start with the notebook. If you double click the notebook, you'll see this is the answer keys. You're provided with the answer keys. And this is the notebook. I had to put them under 2 different files because I did not have enough room as one file, so I had to split them. You go ahead and hit accept. And it'll take a little bit to load. Okay, so this right here is my interactive notebook. There is currently 124 pages. I'm always updating it, so you'll see that I will get a lot more as time goes on. Students will be filling all about me, my expectations, my reasons for that. They're going to sign it and date it. Here's a grading rubric. I give a generic one if you don't like my grading. Math reference sheet, table of contents. Students will be setting goals for first quarter, second, third, and fourth. They're going to be looking back at those goals and seeing, did I achieve those goals? Here's a reflection. You can use this throughout the notebook on every standard if you want to. So that's available for you. You will see that I have the standard on every page, and then also on every page that they're learning a standard and then a new standard, and then I can statements. Your answer keys will have it written in there for the I can statements. So I'm going to just scroll down pretty quickly so you can see they have cutout activities where they're going to be gluing. It's a pretty long notebook. Again, it's 124 pages of material for your students. Some other cutouts, you'll see we're still in number sense, so this is quite a bit. They're going to be dealing with fraction bars, multiplying, dividing. Okay, so then they have vocabulary that they're going to be matching vocabulary, making these little cell phone vocabulary foldables. Then we're getting into the second standard, ratios and proportional relationships. There's some activities. Just going to go through and you can see all the different activities that are available for them in this notebook. Here's expressions and equations. Sorry if I'm moving pretty fast. It's just I have this whole curriculum is 660 pages, so there's quite a bit to go through. And then you'll see they have some cutouts. This is geometry. And their last standard is statistics and probability. And what I do at the very end is I give you some templates so that you can add more foldables if you want to, which are the templates are right here. So you can, anytime you want to add in more, you think there should have been a vocabulary word that you want to go over, you can do that. Here's some other blank templates. And then I also have for at the end of the year, they're going to state what they accomplished, what they learned about themselves, something that they're going to miss, and so on. So that's the notebook, and real quick I'm going to just show you a little bit. I'm not going to go through the whole answer keys, but I just want to show you a little bit of the answer keys. Like I said, right here it will be stating the I can statement, what students are going to be learning. You can change the I can statement. You don't have to use mine, but again, it is provided for you, all these answers, so that you can see how the notebook should look. Okay, so if I go back, I'm going to look at, let's look at the foldables. You have some different foldables on here. Foldables are just another way for students to learn like hands-on activities. They like these foldables. I'm just going to look at one of them, markups and discounts. So you'll find that this is in my store. This is one that's provided for you. So students will color. You can use colored pencils, markers, crayons. They will color. They will cut on the dotted lines. They will glue it onto this second sheet. And I also include step-by-step instructions on all my foldables so that you can project this onto the whiteboard or the smart board and have students go step by step. Makes it a lot easier. You'll see, so they have these foldables. And then I provide the answer keys. Students really love the foldables. It's something fun and interesting for them. So you have volume foldable, statistics foldable, probability, markups and discounts. Then it's broken up as a markup foldable, a discount foldable, decimals, fractions and percents, and area. So you got quite a bit of foldables there. Exit slips. I do provide the answer key for the exit slips as well. Everything has the answer key. This one only needed one file since there's not as much, so the answer keys will be provided on the very bottom. You will see that I have 2 exit slips on each page. This is to save you paper, to where when you print you can cut it across right here, and it just saves a lot of paper. So students are going to write their name, date, period. They're going to solve this problem, and then they're going to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the greatest. How well do you understand this standard? Circle your answer. So circle your number, I'm sorry. So either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Then you can score it. You don't have to score it right here. Some teachers prefer not to score. They use it as a formative assessment to see where their students are at and what they need to do. So that is up to you. I have it for every standard. So if I go down, you'll see now I have 7-point NSA 2, and then keep going. You'll see this is now getting to ratios, expressions, geometry. Again, sorry I'm moving kind of quickly through these. I just want you to see overall what there is in this file. And after my probability and statistics, you will see that I have a blank template at the end of the exit slips right here, so that if you feel that I skipped anything that is necessary for your students to know, you can fill out the standard, the objective, and the problem, and that comes in handy. And I'm sorry, I forgot to go over it. It gives you the standard and the objective of every single exit slip. After that is the answer keys. So you'll see I have all the answer keys on there, and so that works out really nicely in that you have the answers, so you don't have to do the problems yourself. You can resort to the answer key. Okay, so that's my exit slips. I'm going to go to my assessments. I give a pre-test, post-test, and at least one vocabulary quiz for each standard. Some standards have more than one. It just matters how many vocabulary words are in that standard. But I will show you that. The very first page right here is just a quiz for students adding integers on the number line. This is their first pre-test, 7-point NS. I have a score right here. It's very easy to score students with them putting in their answers on the side right here. I only do it for the number sense because you'll see the other ones, I really don't like having it on the side for the other ones, but number sense it works out really nicely. So students will answer these problems and then give their answers on the side, solve these problems. This one's 4 pages. I always love to go back and check your answers because I have a lot of students that I have to remind them. So here's just a reminder for them to check their answers. They want to get a good score, so they need to check their answers. That was the pre-test, and then you'll see I give the post-test. It is very, very similar, same amount of questions. All that happens is I will change some numbers. So for example, this one, number 2, says, use the following number line to show negative 21 minus 9. On my other one, will have something like 18, or I'll do something like negative 5 minus 18. So it's very similar. Students that do well on the practice test will do very well on the post test. It gives an advantage to those that are willing to study. And it also gives students a look on the test so they don't get scared not knowing what's on the test. Here's my vocabulary quiz. Students will do the quiz. So this is the top portion. What I have students do is I have them pass it to the student behind them and they get out a red marker. They will write corrected by somewhere on the side right here or up here, and they'll write their name. I will give them the answers for the vocabulary quiz, and they will tell me out of the points right here how many the students got. So if the student missed 2 problems, they'll put 5 out of 7. They will give it back to the student. The student will cut right here on the dotted line, and they will take this bottom portion and they will write the 2 vocabulary words that they missed and the definition of those 2 and with an example. They will glue this bottom portion into their interactive notebook. So that is a great way for them to practice on the words that they missed. I keep the top part. Again, the bottom part gets glued into their notebook. Here's the answer keys for the pre-test, for the post-test, and also for the quiz. And then I also state right down here about how, again, I glue into the notebook and I get the top part. Now we're on to ratios and proportional relationships. This is the pre-test out of 16. Students will be plotting points on a graph, giving some dealing with simple interest. I believe we're also doing markups, discounts, percent increase, percent decrease, all that. Post-test, again, very, very similar, and then their vocabulary quiz. Here I gave 2 vocabulary quizzes because there was more than enough words that I did not want to fit them onto one page. There's the answer key for the pre, the post, and for the vocabulary quizzes. Here you're going to see my test for expressions and equations, the pre-test, post-test, vocabulary quiz, and then the answer keys for the pre-test, the post-test, and the vocabulary quiz. Then you have geometry out of 10 points, this one. You can change the grading scale if you want to. You can white it out and then change the number of points that you want and print that, so that is up to you. Post-test, vocabulary quiz, and I have, I believe there's four. I have 4 vocabulary quizzes, so you can put them together if you want to. I kind of separated them because I thought that this one, since geometry, there's so much vocabulary words, they really need to be split up, but again, that's up to you. My answer keys for my pre-test, my post-test, my 4 vocabulary quizzes. Okay, and then the last standard is probability and statistics. So here's probability and statistics. Students are giving me fractions, percents, and the likelihood of an event occurring. They're doing box and whisker plot. Here's the post-test. Vocabulary quiz. I have 1, 2 vocabulary quizzes. And then just the answer keys for the pre, post, and the vocabulary. So that is all of the assessments. And the last thing is activities. Now I had to break up activities into 2 different PDF files because it is over 200 pages of activities for you. So it's quite a bit. We're going to open the first one and go through this. Let me zoom out so you can see. Okay, so this is my activities. And I also posted the standard on the top left so you can actually see what the standard is. And I give the answer key directly behind it. So you're going to have the activity and then the answer key right behind it. Okay. And so just lots and lots of activities. You'll see that a lot of these activities are in my store and they're like around $5 each activity. So it's really a great deal for this the 7th grade curriculum because you're getting so much. So I'm just gonna go down so you can see there's just, I mean, countless activities, and they are in order. We're still right here on page 52. I'm still on number sense. There's just so much that students need to know with number sense before they can go on. Answer keys. I think you pretty much got the idea. I'll go down here so you can see. Now we're on expressions and equations. Students are going to be modeling 2-step equations. Okay, so that's 140 pages of material. And the last one I want to show you is this is continued activities. And this is over 100 pages, so you have quite a bit. Oops. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is activities continued. So now it's starting on geometry. Students love these activities. They've asked me for more and more activities where they get to graph. They love doing these. So there's quite a bit of graphing activities you'll see. The answer key. Here's another graphing one. Like I said, they really asked me for if I could give them more graphing activities because they just enjoyed them. And going through, I do want to show you, so here's area. What I did is I also added in some 8th grade work at the very end because I know that some teachers end up finishing work early and they want to get students started in 8th grade material, or if you have students that you think are more advanced and you want them to go on and do some work, you can do that. So I will show you the 8th grade. It comes right underneath probability and statistics. Okay, so here's the extras. So you can use any of these. It's slope, and again, this is another activity that students absolutely loved. They are determining the slope between 2 points. They are going to graph on the coordinate system, and then you'll see they can color their, it's a Frankenstein, they can color that. So that it's an 8th grade activity. Here's another 8th grade activity with slope. It's Thanksgiving themed. I also have a Christmas one. This is my slope for Christmas. Just fun activities for them. And that's it. And then this is just a template for vocabulary words for students. And again, you'll be receiving all that when you purchase my 7th grade curriculum. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.